What up, YouTube? It's your boy Anime Specialist. So this episode, man, was just amazing, especially the second half of the episode with Natsu. But man, let's get right to it, man. It was probably the best episode of Fairy Tail in a while and the best episode of the final season. So yeah, man, let's get to it. But man, before I talk about what happened at the end of the episode with Zeref and Natsu, we have to talk about some of the little things that happened during the episode, especially this one. I have to say this, we know that Brandish is the prisoner of Fairy Tail right now, but come on, man, they didn't have to strip her down like that. I know that she was already kind of like that, but she had like a robe with her, but man, they didn't have to do her like that, bruh. We know that from last week's episode, the other guild from Ishgar is going to help Fairy Tail defeat Zeref, the Spriggan 12, and his troops. So we saw a little bit of Sabretooth in this episode. Obviously, I'm hyped to see them fight because they're probably the second strongest guild behind Fairy Tail. We also saw Lamia Scale, Blue Pegasus, and Mermaid Hill. So these are the strongest guild from Ishgar. So every one of these guild have strong wizard, and I can't wait to see them fight the Spriggan 12 and the troops of Zeref, because it's gonna be an all-out war, you know. So it's gonna be amazing. But the biggest thing is that we saw some of the 10 Wizard Saint. I think their name, the 4 of them, the 4 strongest, I guess, is the 4 King of Ishgar or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna see them in action. We see Jua, he's now one of the 4 strongest. So we'll have to see how strong he got since the 1 year time skip. And they're going to go where the troopers are the strongest, you know. So they'll fight against the strongest, probably Spriggan 12. Maybe they're gonna fight God Serena, one of the 10 Wizard Saints, the strongest of the 10 Wizard Saints, when he was part of them. So that's gonna be an epic fight. And then we also saw when Natsu went and to fight Zeref, we saw Erza and Grey arguing about if Natsu can go alone against Zeref, and it's probably the first time that we saw Grey argue about something seriously, about Erza or something like that, some of her decisions. So it was kind of cool to see him just argue against Erza, because that doesn't happen a lot. And that's probably something that happens in war, you know. Some of the troop doesn't agree with the decision of the leader, and like I said, it was kind of cool to see, because we never see someone kind of disagreeing with Erza about something in this series, because she's kind of at the top behind Lactus, obviously, and Gildards. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see. But man, Natsu is a beast, man. He basically destroyed a small army of 900 or something soldiers. But we all know that I think Zeref's army is like 1 million soldiers or something like that. So that's just a small portion of the army. But it was kind of cool to see Natsu going into attack mode and destroy all these fodder soldiers, you know, before he fights Zeref. So now let's get into the good stuff, man. So we saw a little fight between Zeref versus Natsu. It's not over. It's gonna continue in next week's episode. But we saw Natsu's new form. He can only use it once, and it's called Fire Dragon King mode. So that's crazy, because his flames are not orange or black or any other color. It's red. It's bloody, not bloody red, but it's all red, black and red, you know, red and black. So it's crazy how strong he got. It's from Ignil's power. Before Ignil died and got out of Natsu's body, he left some of his power inside of Natsu, so that's why he can use it, and that's why he can only use it one, because it's just a small portion of Ignil's power. But he was destroying Zeref quite easily, you know, except from one punch or attack that Zeref was able to hit on Natsu. He even has a scar, on his face. So that's kind of a new look for Natsu. I kind of find it to be cool, but it was an amazing fight. We saw that Zeref was kind of able to keep up with Natsu at the end of the episode, but Natsu, this form is something else, man. I think maybe with this form, he's maybe the strongest in Fairy Tail, stronger than Gray, Erza, and maybe Laxus. We haven't seen Laxus fight yet, but this form is something else, man. It's something special. It's even probably stronger than Dragon Force. We saw Natsu use Dragon Force in the Tartarus arc at the end of it against the leader of the demons, but I think it's stronger than his Dragon's Force, you know. So we'll have to see what happened in next week's episode. It was something special. There's something really important that Zeref said at the end of the episode before Natsu does his final attack. We didn't see the final attack, but Zeref was kind of thankful of some people. He said Anna, he said Layla. We know that Layla is Lucy's mother. He said thank you to Enil. And he said thank you to Natsu, his little brother, he said. So we kind of knew some of this stuff before, but yeah, he was thankful about some of these people. We don't really know who Anna is right now, but we'll know in the future of this final season. But yeah, man, it was something special. It was something amazing. I like the animation, and just the red flames was something else, man. Even when Ignel was alive, when he fought Acnologia, we didn't see this kind of power, you know. We didn't see these red flames. So yeah, man, it's kind of whack that Natsu can only use Dragon King mode once, because it would have been something that he could have used against the other Spring 12 and destroyed them. But that's maybe why the creator made this rule. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below. It was amazing, man. It was the best episode of the season so far, and I'm hyped to see how this thing will develop, because there's a lot going on, man. The four kings of Ishgard, the other guild of Ishgard, like La Mescal, Blue Pegasus, Mermaid Hill, and Sabertooth, that are going into action. They have powerful wizard, and I really want to see Laxus fight, man, because he's, I think, my favorite character in Fairy Tail. So I'm hyped to see him fight in the future. But man, let me know what you think about this final season of Fairy Tail. Obviously, I have some things that I hate about this series, but there's some things that I love, so I'm going to continue to review it every Saturday, so subscribe for that. And I do other anime related things like Black Clover on Tuesday, The Promised Neverland on Thursday, and Sword Art Online reviews on Saturday, and One Piece reviews later tonight, you know. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. This is one of the greatest moments in Fairy Tail history.